This group reminds me a little bit of fans versus favorites in terms of there's a sense of fun. Eric is a guy that I actually wouldn't mind seeing Eric win. I like him. There's something about Eric that I root for. And I think he's a scrapper. Don't think that guy would ever think of quitting or giving up, but I do think he will double cross as soon as he has to. Ashley is already surprising me. I actually thought coming in that Ashley was, you know, just a bubbly, fun person. But the more I've seen her out there, I actually think there's something to her. I think she's really got some spunk and some true gut. It wouldn't surprise me at all for her to go deep in the game. Dave Ball is a very interesting guy. Highest IQ, maybe of all time. I think his IQ was 140, and I'm pretty sure that was the highest we've ever had. Dave has something to prove. I don't know if it's to family or to himself. Part of the reason he's out here is to prove that he can do it. Now, Dave could easily self-destruct. That's going to be his big challenge, is to stay out of his own way. Russell Swan is pretty likable. He's a great talker. He's got this engaging way about him. I don't think Russell can win the game. It's not that he's not savvy enough. I don't think Russell is built to win a game like this that requires so much deception. So somebody's gonna lose. I think it's gonna be Russell. Russell Hantz is the closest thing to evil we've ever had on Survivor. Guy's got a diabolical mind. He's got this great big idea that if I sabotage my own tribe, they'll be so weak, they'll be out of the game. Well, that might be true, but so will you. It is a tribe game for a long time. Russell has either forgotten or is unaware that this is a social game. He may get second. He damn sure ain't gonna win. Brett's a bit of a dark horse. He's kind of hanging back with the cheery smile, and I just want to do whatever I can to help out and play hard at challenges. But there's another side to Brett. He's done a good job of not revealing a lot. That can bode very well in this game. Typically, the less you show, the better off you are. Brett hasn't shown a whole lot yet. You know, they say sometimes when you meet somebody, they tell you everything about themselves in the first few minutes if you really listen. I don't even think you have to talk to Kelly. You can just look at her. She's got caution and trouble tattooed on her body. And she's so cute, 9 out of 10 guys are gonna go, I don't care, I'm gonna take a chance anyway. And they will probably pay the price for it. Funniest thing about Shannon is everybody thought her name was Shannon. She said, I'm gonna go by Shannon. That's what my name is, that's what I'm gonna, and then I asked her on day one, what's your name? Shambo. She just reinvented herself. What a great name, Shambo. And I like her mullet. Fits her to the T. This girl rides a Harley. You can see her hair blowing in the wind. She's an all-American person. There's just a real person there. Yasmin's a question mark for me. On one hand, she seems very athletic, like she could do very well at the challenges. On the other hand, not sure how she's gonna feel about going in the woods to go to the bathroom. I don't know about Yasmin. If she was first off, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think she's used to a softer life. Liz is not everything she appears to be. Liz comes off as a quiet, confident, nice person. Don't trust Liz. Liz could go far. And I think she'll be a quiet person who maybe doesn't say a whole lot, and before you know it, she's in the final. Ben is a time bomb. Dude is a time bomb waiting to go off. The question is when. It's gonna happen. If he lasts long enough in this game, Ben will go off, like a bottle rocket. And then the question will be if he can recover from it. I think he's a really complicated and interesting player. Definitely want Ben to stick around. Laura's one of my favorites. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I think Laura could win this game. I think there's a lot more to her than meets the eye. Unless I'm completely wrong, I think people are gonna look at her and think, she's real. I think if you let Laura get deep in the game, huge threat. Mike Barassi, not long for the game. He's not gonna last long in this game. I just don't think so. It's too hard out here. I think Mike is gonna make a lot of friends and maybe reveal he's a chef and maybe cook up some food, and then he's gonna be gone episode 5 or 6. I liked Betsy the second I met her, and I think one of the appealing things about her is that she's not what you would expect. But clearly, somebody who's a cop is willing to go however far you have to go. Betsy is a major threat to win this game because she is really likable and she will never quit. And if you need somebody to dig down and do something, get Betsy to do it because she will. Marisa, on paper, tailor-made for Survivor. All these experiences around the world and taking care of her family, and she's a nurturer. but I think she might get eaten up just because she's not going to end up with the right people, and she's going to become a sitting duck, and she's going to be an early target. I wish Marisa would go deeper, but if I had to bet, she'll be out by episode 5. I think Natalie is a scrapper. I think if you look at Natalie, you might think, oh, pretty girl, probably doesn't want to break her nails. I don't know. I think Natalie might surprise some people. I think she might get up there and bang her knees up a couple of times and get some bumps and bruises and then play the social part of this game really well. You know what? I don't trust Mick. I really don't. I think Mick is a guy, he's a good-looking guy, he's a smart guy, probably a bit of privilege. Mick's the kind of guy that could manipulate people and get them to do what he wants and them not realize that he doesn't care about them near as much as he's pretending to. I think Mick is probably a pretty good player. I bet he's played quite a few people. John Fincher is a poser. I think Fincher has been a guy that is so good looking. For so many years, he's been given things. I don't know if he comes from privilege or if he's just made privilege work for him, but he has the appearance of a guy who's used to having things work. Monica is the type of woman that you look at and your angel inside of you says, don't do it, trouble. And then you look a little more and the devil says, life is short, go for it. I think Monica will have a tougher time playing guys than she thinks, but I think historically Monica's probably really good at it and probably more subtle than I realize and than some of the guys out here realize. I really like Jason. I liked him the second he walked into casting. I don't think Jason's gonna become an early target. There's no reason. He's not gonna irritate anybody. He's gonna do just enough to help, give you the power and let you think it's your idea and agree with you, and before you know it, we're way into the jury and Jason is now a huge physical threat that could kick your ass in every single challenge, you fool. You let him stay in the game this long, you fool. I would love to give that check to Jason.